Hello everyone and welcome back to the Nullius mod. This is Otaku Showboat. Today, we of course have a brand new version of Nullius ready and waiting for us. We have new tooltips for fluids or byproducts that can be indirectly voided. We'll see how quote-unquote useful this actually is. Soda ash can be found in particular rocks, okay. Increase turbine 1 max fluid consumption. What this essentially means is that you can get the full 1 megawatt out of steam now on turbines. Previously, the turbines were limited to the 120 per second for turbine 1s, and that math doesn't actually work out when the fuel value of steam is like 8 kilojoules or something along those lines. To get the full megawatt out, it would have to consume a little bit more than 120. So it's been increased, I think, to 180, and then the others have scaled accordingly from there. Tweaked a couple of recipes that don't really matter for us. Adjusted stuff that, again, doesn't really matter for us. And so we are, in fact, good to go. A lot has changed between the previous video that you saw yesterday on Monday and today's video because, well, there's been a weekend in between last time and this time from recording session standpoints. I have 244 wind turbines, and I'm actually really glad that this just happened because it allows me to show something very, very odd that I didn't expect for the behavior here that I want to have a discussion about. So, I have 100 turbines. I know that these 100 turbines are capable of producing up to 100 megawatts. They make a megawatt each on max output, and yet they do not power surge electrolyzers at all. Even if you have the potential production of power with turbines, they will not use it. Surge electrolyzers refuse to use power produced by turbines. That is not what I expected, because I expect the vanilla behavior, the like standard, most basic of basic fundamental features of the game that make it Factorio, to behave consistently, regardless of what I'm playing. But no. We are doing something completely different here. These turbines are completely different from steam engines, which is what I was sort of expecting it to be like, because with steam engines, renewable power takes precedence. Steam engines come on when you don't have enough renewable power to power your base. My expectation here was that if there was enough excess of potential generation, that it would supply these surge electrolyzers. But no, absolutely not. So, because of that, because these surge electrolyzers will never be powered when turbines are active, I have swapped to priority electrolyzers for everything, most everything, but the ones that are splitting water for the turbines, that to make the steam for the turbines. There's a couple that I haven't replaced at this point in time, but yeah, that is that. This is the current state of the base. This is a wind farm. Techs have happened. A lot of techs have happened. I have new infrastructure available to me, such as inserter 2s, as well as just a whole bunch of stuff. A lot of stuff that I can't get to quite yet because we need lubricant, and that is what we're going to do today. Now, as for what I have done exactly off-screen, I mean, clearly the wind farm, but also extra mining up here on the sandstone through the glorious power of the majestic medium mining drill that we will have a look at as well. We have bauxite over here also through the majestic medium mining drill, and over here iron through the majestic medium mining drill 1. These are really long belts coming on down to my bus. It has vastly improved my outputs of things in general. I now have backups on a lot of my metallic intermediates, on aluminium and on aluminum, excuse me, and on the steel as well. I have automated a few extra things between last time and this time. In particular, I have automated pylons and power pole 2s. These are new to the main bus because they just use stuff that I was already making. It's pretty nice and glorious. Over on the left over here, note the pumps in here as well, and the one-way valves. Refractory bricks are one ingredient to one output, silica to bricks, so I set it up. Same here with the crucibles, silica to crucibles, just set it up. Both of these are ingredients to make the upgraded version of the furnace, the small furnace 2. I could even make medium furnace 1 because it's 2 small furnaces, 2s, and a chimney. These have double the crafting speed of the small furnace 2, but of course are larger than the small furnace 2, these being a 3x3 entity rather than a 2x2 entity. Okay. All of that said and done, let's have a look down over here, because the rest of the stuff was scaling for the most part. This was steam turbines. They're gone now. Steam battery turbines. They've been moved someplace else for all of that. I have hydrochloric getting voided effectively. At this point, I am likely in need of even more voiding of the chlorine as it currently stands. Pretty sure I need even more. Or I just need more mineral stuff to get rid of the things. Yeah, I think at my level of scale I'm at right now, I'm just gonna need more of the mineral dust coming down here to continue to consume immense amounts of the hydrochloric, so we can keep the caustic solution going to feed the aluminum processing build. That's the main concern at this point, but the aluminum is backed up quite a bit right now, so it really doesn't matter that much. These are priority electrolyzers at this point, switched over from the 1 surge electrolyzer because, yeah, turbines don't ever power the surge buildings in general. So the surge buildings are pretty much exclusively going to be used to make the stuff for the turbine batteries. For as long as I need turbine batteries. What if at any point in time I wanted to run a base exclusively off of turbines? I don't know what happens then, because they will never power a surge electrolyzer. I will never be able to use any surge building whatsoever if there comes a point where if it's feasible to rely on turbine production for the entire base. Odd. More feasibly would be to power the infrastructure that's producing the fuel for the turbines with renewables that are consistent renewables. That would be the ideal circumstance. And use the renewables to power the surge producers that will make the stuff that the turbines will consume in the end, and the turbines will feed the rest of the base through separate and independent power networks. This is a setup that I would do in a Pyanodon's playthrough, primarily. That's the last time I've felt the need to do anything like that. But, yeah, over here I now have the turbines. 100 turbines, and the infrastructure to make the steam for the turbines. This is a lot of infrastructure. This is 20 surge electrolyzers, each going into a singular combustion chamber, noting that a singular combustion chamber consumes 120 and 60 on the hydrogen and oxygen, making 200 steam per second, whereas a single surge electrolyzer 1 makes 140 hydrogen and 70 oxygen. So slightly more here than what gets consumed, but you know what? Close enough for 1-to-1. And then all the back end stuff for the water to feed all of that, and all of that back end shenaniganry to delete all of that. And supply the seawater for all of that. Oh god, the seawater. The seawater. This is 18 pumps. Each one getting its own, each hydro plant getting its own independent seawater intake, which is 120 a second, because these have 100. They're effectively 1-to-1 anyway, so, you know, 18. And then 4 outfalls total, getting rid of the excess wastewater, and, you know, a few to get rid of the brine. Extras to get rid of the brine. I could make use of the excess brine and the water excess as well, like all of this stuff, but whatever. Don't care. All of these are now priority electrolyzers rather than surge electrolyzers to get the hydrogen and oxygen that I need. I'm doing pump stuff with level 2 pipes to get things going here. I have access to compressed nitrogen now, which, if I can build the building that compresses nitrogen, that would be a better option for my turbines than steam. And something that I will transition to. But in order to get that building, I need motor 2s. The last thing I want to talk about briefly before we get into the meat of today's video is this logic right here. So, I have these distilleries that are doing alkene synthesis for the production of plastic and rubber, with excess getting voided down here. This consumes carbon monoxide, a lot of it. What also consumes carbon monoxide is my charcoal production. I would like to have charcoal production rather than having to, or essentially prior to this, I had a full box of plastic, a full box of rubber, and was consuming carbon monoxide in these distilleries at max, with voiding of all 3 of the alkenes that this produces, effectively killing my production of the charcoal forever, unless I could throw even more carbon monoxide at it. So what I've done, because I've been putting plastic and rubber into chests, I've hooked them up with red wires, which I do now have access to red wires. I have access to glorious wires. They are beautiful. They are wonderful. And I love them. And why does it take 4... Like, why does this take 5 red wires to make 4 green when it's just a color difference? I don't know. But I just hooked them up to wires, hooked them up onto poles, and you see it puts out this signal of the amount of the individual items that you have hooked up to this network. I hooked them to a couple of pumps. One pump is checking for plastic, and one is checking for rubber. They will turn on when they fall below a specific threshold to provide carbon monoxide to these distilleries when the threshold, when we have fallen below the threshold of the chest. This will flood in and kick these plastics into gear. They will begin to operate as these distilleries make their stuff. And we're good from there. Just a little bit of prioritization, and that way I'm able to get a lot of charcoal production going and maintain my charcoal production over time. Huzzah. All of that being said, it is that time for progress. Oh boy. Also, I put all the steel on the bus, by the way. That's another new thing. Quote unquote new thing. All the steel is on the bus. And it's glorious. Now, this stuff is gonna get used for lube. I'm pretty sure. Alright. Lube. Lube is a fluid and would normally be done down below with the fluid bus zone. Right. So I have chassis 2 now. I have the ability to make chargers, so I add an extra charger. And I have the ability to build robots. Construction and logistic bots. I now have 10 construction bots. Enough for me. And I made a few logistic bots by hand. It's not really all that many in the grand scheme, but effectively the only thing stopping me from doing an entire robot transition is hangers, is belt 2s, is lubricant. Lube, our good friend, is necessary at this point because the goal right now is to terminate my bus, build a rudimentary bot-based mall at the termination of the bus, use that to make rail stuff, infrastructure, get a train station at the mall, and connect up factories, build separate factories at distant resources where I will be mining and processing the various ore types into all of the different metals and other infrastructure. I'm actually considering just having, in this particular playthrough, everything being separate. Have mining separate from processing. But we shall see. We shall see. I tend to go alternating between one way or the other. I think this time I will, in fact, put the ore onto trains and then have more centralized processing facilities processing said ore. That way I have some control over the outputs at those centralized facilities. As long as I can throw enough ore at it, we will be good. It won't be as dependent upon the ore. So, I need to change those keys. Lube. We need lubricant. I'm just gonna say 15 at this point. We need silicon ingots. We need hydrogen chloride. And we need methanol. Methanol needs methane and oxygen. That is the only way that we can make it at this point. Methane is made out of CO2 and hydrogen, which is pretty simple. Yep, pretty simple to do all that. Yeah, that is a lot of hydrogen. Just for 15 lube. Wow. Wow. Is that going to be better? Probably not. We shall see. I mean, in terms of time, it's double the amount per unit time, but it doesn't change anything about the input volume, I'm pretty sure. And you spend extra power and time compressing said methane and oxygen in the first place. So, yeah, I don't know about that. That one there will be a late game method for getting into methanol, bacteria, freshwater, and sugar. That would be the more ideal situation. By the way, something that's been bugging me a little bit. This mod is a prequel to Factorio, quote unquote, on a barren, lifeless planet. Barren and lifeless. Where'd the limestone come from? So where'd the limestone come from? The point I'm making is that on Earth, the extreme vast majority of limestone that exists on Earth is a result of biotic activity. We're talking the extreme vast majority of the limestone on Earth is biotic activity, or an abiotic precipitation of calcium carbonate in the water, but the calcium carbonate has to get made and get in the water in the first place. So, what abiotic process is producing limestone at such a scale that it is going to be like this as an ore to mine? I don't know, to be completely honest, says the guy who technically has a degree in geology, master's degree in geology. I don't know about that with limestone. That was just a thing I was thinking about. I mean, yeah, you can say that, oh hey, this planet had life at some point prior. Duh. At some point. It just doesn't have it now, I guess? Or maybe there's ocean bacteria that's producing this stuff. Maybe there's stuff in oceans that's life in oceans, and that's what makes this planet suitable for this stuff, our mission. I don't know. There's plenty of ways to explain it while maintaining the theme. It's just that it doesn't quite make sense. for limestone as a resource on a completely barren, lifeless planet that is completely lifeless. I mean, we can say that, oh, there's reefs, there's coral, there's some form of basic life. There's bacteria that exists. We could say that. Just some way of explaining the volume of the limestone. But anyway, we need to do this. We need to get the oxygen from water. We have all that. That is a lot. That is a lot of stuff just for 15 lube. This is going to make 18.75 hydrochloric, but note that this ratio is consuming a lot of that chlorine as part of it. This ratio consumes a lot of that chlorine, which makes me actually really happy. Okay. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a lot of this down, and I will bring up the methanol and hydrogen chloride. I mean, alternatively, I could bring down the silicon ingots to the liquid bus over here. What do I have on the liquid bus right now? All the way out this way. I have brine and caustic going out this way. I've got water right here. Oh, hey. Water. I'm going to need some infrastructure, too. Let me get a pin. Start building some of this infrastructure. Maybe. Oh, I need my filters. Filters! Let's get the filters. And let's go ahead and make this infrastructure off screen, because I also need to make all of these chem plants. Yeah, I need a lot of chem plants. Just a few. 4, 10, and 5. Yeah, like 19 of those and 9 of these. That'll take a little while. So I will be back when I have made these buildings and we can move forward. Okay, I've made the infrastructure at this point for our build on the lubricant. I have 20 chem plants, I need 19. I've got my 9 priority electrolyzers now. And while I was doing that, the thought occurred to me, oh hey, you know, it would be great if I were to have medium tanks automated. So I've automated the medium tanks. These have a stack size of 50. So I'm going to limit that down to 1 at this point. Now, just so we're clear, all of this, like, infrastructure automation stuff is going to be remade once I have bots. It's going to be redone at the mall completely. I do need a medium assembler for making medium tanks, because obviously you need that. These medium tanks are effectively only rods and sheets, iron rods and sheets, because the pipes are iron rods, only iron rods. Oh yeah, I have access to the long-handed inserter now. I can, it's just Shift plus L. Shift plus L changes the length on those. That is part of Bob's. That's something you need to know. Part of Bob's prereq for tech. Something that isn't explicitly stated anywhere in this, that it is Control plus L to change the length of the inserters. Cough cough, wink wink, nudge nudge. Should probably be explicit somewhere that you can change the length of the inserters. I don't think I've come across that at this point anywhere. Okay, this. Right now, I have set the caustic solution to have a relief valve that is sending it into the caustic dump. to the outfalls. Basically, what that means is that this entire thing is always operational because I am also dealing with the hydrochloric here. Now, I don't really need this hydrochloric at all. So what we're actually going to do here is I'm going to take a pump and pump up the tank here with the hydrogen chloride. Okay, that's going to be step one. I'm then going to take another relief valve, which I do need to make a few relief valves right quick. There we go. And that's going to be what feeds in to the hydrochloric acid in the grand scheme. I'm then going to take another pump, and that's going to be pumping out... Oops, wrong side. I am very forgetful, apparently. This is, in fact, not the four-corner tank that I am used to. Okay, so this will be on another line on my fluid bus. If I can remember which line is the absolute top line of this fluid bus. Because it looks like there's the caustic. The caustic might be the absolute top line. It's looking like it. So I will plonk this on the line right above the caustic there. Whoops. There we go. Whoopsies, there you go. Now, anywhere over here, we can actually do our work with the hydrogen chloride as hydrogen chloride. And then send the HCl up to this. Ideally. Ideally. And we could even set this behind a top-up valve. Potentially. So that I can also focus on the dealing with the hydrochloric acid out of this lubricant production area. First, though, comes the 9 of these, which, yeah. While I do have a whole bunch of these already, I want to do this again because of this massive throughput issue. So that is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 9. My concern is the 192.9 water throughput that's needed for this. That's more of my concern. I'm thinking I will have to set up some additional water infrastructure over here. To actually properly feed this. I don't have the water. I don't think. Not water as water anyway. The funny part is, once I do have lubricant and am able to make these motor 2s over wherever they are, yonder, there, once I am able to make these, that unlocks ton of stuff, an absolute ton of stuff. Oh yeah, by the way, I have 4 volcanic gas over here, 4 of them. In grand total, I found volcanic gas finally as I was building out my sizable wind turbine farm, which, by the way, all of these are pylon ones. It's actually perfect spacing. It's really convenient. You can put the pylon right next to the wind turbine and the spacing checks out to have a nice, very nice, perfect grid for your wind turbines. But yeah, finally found 4 whole thingies. Apparently you could tap into these and get power, 10 megawatts out of it, but okay. Like, just bleh. I don't think I care. Not particularly. Okay, water. We've got water as water. Joy. Bliss. We're going to have more oxygen than we would like by a factor of about 240 some odd. But that will be something to think about later. This also needs some carbon dioxide. I believe I have enough of that. One more. Come on, there you go. Oh, this produces... this produces some of the water to feed back. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put a top-up valve. Where is top-up valve? Yes. I'm going to put a top-up valve right there. And what that's going to do is it's going to send in and fill this up to 50% pressure only, which will allow this output to be preferentially used. Oh, I need more pipe to ground. I need more underground pipe 2s. Let's grab some more underground pipe 2s real quick. They should be right here. Hello. Thank you for the pipes. And back we go. Huzzah! Progress. Maybe. Oops. There you go. Now, as for pipe 2 hydrogen throughput, I may have to connect this in a couple of spots to properly maintain good throughput here, but we shall see how that works out. Carbon dioxide. Oh joy, oh bliss. Let's get that brought over. That is right there. I will need to upgrade this line at some point. Oh boy. How fun. Carbon diox. Power! Ta-da! There we go. So that's gonna actually loop back like half the water. Not quite half the water, about a third. About a third of the water gets looped back to electrolyze again, which is preferable. Very preferable. We just have to deal with the excess oxygen out of this. Now, this next line is 10. Oh boy. This, however, can be like that. It's this side that has to be like that. 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10. Ta-da! And what I think I shall do is pump. Pump and valve auxiliary. Or I can pump into a tank and relief valve. Yes, I think that's actually going to be a better idea. Yes, charge. Go. Do some work. I need you to work for me. There you go. Work! Do things! Yes. This is the ideal situation. So that's going to fill that. I need a relief valve into a couple of chimneys, which of course I'm always out of chimneys. They are used to make so much infrastructure that it's like, oh god, why you do this to me? Okay, you go ahead, do that. And then this will, of course, pump out and go over here. And that will preferentially use the stuffs. Alright, get the power online. As I hear my dolly meowing. There we go. Methanol! It exists. The methanol is online. Now we need the 4 buildings. We need this pipe work again. And we need it on the other side as well. So much pipe. So very much pipe. Okay, you to there. You onwards and upwards. I hear a baby. The baby. Hi. Hi, baby dolly. How's a dolly? How's a pretty girl? Yeah? Meow. Meow, meow. Meow, 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 meow. Oh, I set this up here. I wasn't going to do that. Oh, I set this up here, and oh god, it needs a... Okay. We have long-headed inserters. This is fine. This is not fine. With you there, I will need to do that. There we go. This needs to be the stuffs. I was not intending to do this right here, but, well, too late now. We're doing it. Then you are the hydrochloric acid. Ta-da. Yeah, I'm gonna want a top-up valve. Top up. Top up. Let's make some top-ups. You're gonna be behind a top-up. Just so I can prioritize this hydrochloric getting deleted from the face of existence. Okay. Belt. You are going to need to be this stuff. Oh boy, I went and I put all that onto the main bus, and as it turns out, oh hey, it needs to go down over here, over yonder. Ta-da! The main bus will not exist for too much longer, so I don't care about messing up with the ability to scale it. And that's gonna go down, and I shall have lubricant. Oh boy, lubricant. Hello, my dolly. Yeah, she's so cute. Yes, my baby. I shall have lubricant. And that unlocks so very much. You need to be done in a medium assembler. Okay. Let's bring the lubricant up. Right about there, sure. And over. We will bring this all the way down to the end of the bus, as long as I have the the underground pipe for it. And we pretty much do. Good. 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 Okay, right over here. Hello. Stuffs. Give me my medium assembler. You are going to be making those. Probably gonna want 4 at least. Ta-da! Alright, and then each of these rods and plates and gears and wire. Okay. Whoops. Didn't mean to cut, meant to copy. Just enough. Wow. Alright. Fill a box. Maybe not that box. Fill a smaller box. There we go. We has lube. We has lube. BT dubs. We has lube. Lube is online. Alright. This is actually pretty easy, considering that both of the rods and the plates are on the same line here. I don't have enough undergrounds. Make me more. Make me more. Oh boy. Okay, you. Oh joy. So down here, we'll do that. Ah, better. There we go. That works. That works. As is. And that is the Majestic Motor 2 automated and online through the power of lubricant. What does Motor 2s mean? Motor 2s means I can now build just about every single upgraded item, period, everything I have access to now, because it's all been blocked by Motor 2s. I can get wells now, because I can get this pump too, which is locked by the Motor 2s, as you can clearly see. This changes everything. I can get better electrolyzers now, for example. But more importantly, I can build hangars now. Now that I have these motors, once I grab... Or no. I can't do the thing yet. I need to do these, which take lube. Rubber, Motor 2s, belt 1s, steel gears, and lube. Okay. You need automation. You shall be automated. Steel gears, plus Motor 2s, plus rubber, plus belts. I think I will be doing these manually. Maybe finishing up that automation there. But what's next is the transition to robots. The actual termination of the bus and full transition to bot-based mall automation. Oh, look, I can even get Turbine 2s. It's excellent, excellent, excellent stuffs. Yes. Yes, glorious. Glorious and majestic. Beautiful things. This would also mean that I will have belt 2s available, which are 30 per second. Not exactly the thing that I really want or need at the moment, but, you know, a thing, regardless. But with that, folks, I think we have reached the end of this particular episode for the day. I have 50 motors now, motor 2s. It's absolutely wonderful and glorious. Yeah. This is good stuffs. This is really, really, really good stuffs. Here, let's get some rubber and some steel, and there's our first belt 2s ever. Glorious, beautiful belt 2s. It makes 6 of them. It upgrades 1 to 1. That's actually really nice. I like that. I like that a lot. And hey, that means hangers, potentially, with a bit more rubber and aluminum rods, excuse me. I can make hangers. Yes, glorious, beautiful stuff. That is going to be where I call it. With that, folks, I would like to thank you all for watching. This has been Otaku Showboat. If you've enjoyed today's video, please be sure to do all of the social and engagement stuff down below. Leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe if you have not yet subscribed, and hit the notification bell. Consider becoming a member of the channel by hitting that great big blue join button and supporting on Patreon at patreon.com/otakushowboat if you are so inclined and able. I will be back when I'm back, and I will see you all on the next one.